In the kingdom of Eldoria, nestled between the towering peaks of the Dragon's Spine and the shimmering waters of the Silver Sea, there was a legend. A legend of a crystal with the power to grant eternal life, known as the Crystal of Eternity. It was said to be hidden deep within the treacherous labyrinth of the enchanted forest, guarded by creatures of old magic. Our protagonist, a young and ambitious knight named Cyrus, had always been fascinated by this legend. He was a brave and noble soul, with a heart full of courage and a spirit that yearned for adventure. Cyrus was not driven by the desire for immortality, but by the thrill of the quest and the chance to bring honor to his kingdom. One day, after years of training and preparation, Cyrus decided it was time to embark on his journey. With his trusty steed, a sword forged from the rarest Eldorian steel, and a map that had been in his family for generations, he set off towards the enchanted forest. The forest was a place of wonder and danger, filled with magical creatures and treacherous terrain. Cyrus encountered talking trees, mischievous pixies, and even a grumpy old troll guarding a bridge. But with his quick wit and brave heart, he managed to navigate through the challenges. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew colder and the trees towered higher. He came upon a clearing where the moonlight shone brightly, illuminating a large, ancient tree. At the base of the tree was a door, intricately carved and adorned with symbols of old magic. Cyrus approached the door cautiously, his heart pounding in his chest. He traced the symbols with his fingers, recognizing them from the old tales his grandmother used to tell him. They were symbols of protection and guidance, a sign that he was on the right path. With a deep breath, he pushed the door open and stepped inside. He found himself in a vast cavern, illuminated by a soft, ethereal glow. In the center of the cavern stood a pedestal, and on it, encased in a beam of light, was the Crystal of Eternity. It was more beautiful than he could have ever imagined, its facets catching the light and throwing rainbow-colored reflections on the cavern walls. But as he moved closer, a deep rumbling growl echoed through the cavern. From the shadows, a creature emerged, its scales shimmering in the light. It was a dragon, the guardian of the crystal. Cyrus drew his sword, his grip steady despite the fear that coursed through his veins. He had heard tales of dragons, of their fiery breath and impenetrable scales, but he had never faced one before. The dragon roared, a sound that shook the cavern and sent a shower of dust and pebbles raining down. But Cyrus stood his ground. He remembered the words of his mentor, the old knight who had trained him. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. With a battle cry, Cyrus charged. The dragon unleashed a stream of fire, but Cyrus dodged, rolling to the side. He swung his sword, striking the dragon's side. The beast roared in pain and anger, its tail sweeping toward Cyrus. He jumped, narrowly avoiding the deadly swipe. The battle raged on, the cavern echoing with the clash of steel against scales and the dragon's furious roars. Cyrus was relentless, his every move a dance of precision and bravery. But the dragon was a formidable opponent, its attacks growing more ferocious with every passing minute. Finally, with a swift and powerful strike, Cyrus managed to wound the dragon, his sword cutting deep into its side. The dragon roared, its body convulsing in pain before it collapsed onto the cavern floor. Cyrus approached the fallen beast, his sword still in hand. But as he looked into its eyes, he saw not a ferocious monster, but a creature in pain, a guardian, tasked with protecting the crystal, just as he was tasked with retrieving it. In that moment, Cyrus made a decision. He sheathed his sword and approached the crystal, but instead of taking it, he placed his hand on the pedestal and spoke the words of an old Eldorian oath. "I vow to protect, not to possess. To honor, not to harm. In the name of Eldoria, I swear." The crystal pulsed with light, a brilliant beam shooting up towards the cavern ceiling. The light enveloped Cirrus, filling him with a warmth and energy he had never felt before. When the light faded, he found himself standing in the forest, the crystal nowhere in sight. Cirrus returned to Eldoria, not with the crystal of eternity, but with a tale of bravery and honor. He was hailed as a hero, his story becoming a part of the kingdom's legends. And deep within the enchanted forest, the crystal remained, its light a beacon for those who sought not immortality, but the thrill of the quest and the honor of protection.